I'm standing here with this little bit of angel food cake, some strawberries, and some whipping cream, and it is time to do what I have been doing best since I was old enough to whip up cream and add sugar and vanilla, which is make desserts that have no names but are really delicious, and I have no recipes for them. I have a recipe for this on the raspberry angel food cake in my cookbook, but as you can see, it's not raspberry. So just omit the cello and it'll be vanilla angel food cake. But let's get going. You need some whipping cream first off. And I'm not measuring this. If you want to, you can use my whipped cream for topping recipe in my cookbook, because that's kind of the scale I go off of whenever I make this. Just whip it up until a stiff peaks form. I'm not going to whip it up until it's quite stiff, because I'm going to take mine up a notch and add some cream cheese. If you want to make your homemade whipped cream a lot better, just add a little bit of cream cheese. It makes it so much better. You don't taste the cream cheese a lot, it just takes the taste up. For your sweetener, you're going to use powdered sugar, because regular white sugar weighs it down and makes it watery. And we're also going to add vanilla for flavoring. I like to use the clear vanilla so it doesn't taint the color of the cream. We're going to add our cream cheese in there now and just beat it in. If you want to, you can cream it out with some of this mixture before putting it all in and beating it in so it's smooth, but I don't mind cream cheese chunks in my dessert. I first started making this when I was in the 3rd grade, so probably 8 years old. Yeah, when I was in the 3rd grade, I was 8 years old, and I made it for school lunches because I loved having sweet desserts in school lunches. I would usually use angel food cake or graham crackers. Either one worked just fine, and then I would use plain fruit or canned fruit filling that we had in the basement. No one ever complained about it. And to be honest, we always got made fun of in school because the others were jealous of our desserts. Whenever you add cream cheese to your whipped cream, you have to be very careful that you don't beat it too much and it turns into cream cheese butter, because it gets very stiff very fast with cream cheese. We're gonna set that aside. We're gonna take our angel food cake and cut it up into cubes. If you want to do something a little different, you can just take your angel food cake and cut it in strips like this and put it on layers with this and whatever fruit you're using. In this case, we're using strawberries. We're gonna set our angel food cubes aside and slice our strawberries. You can also cube these if you like them better cubed. Now I'm gonna do something that I would have never been allowed to do as an Amish person. I'm gonna be a little bit fancy and put my whipped cream into a piping bag. I didn't know what piping bags were until after I had left the Amish, and I loved cake decorating, so that's how secluded I was. And just because I loved cake decorating does not mean I got to do it very often. I only did it a couple times until after I left the Amish, but I loved when our non-Amish friends gave us old cake decorating magazines, and I would steal them away and keep them just to peer over them later and fantasize about doing that myself. And one of the first things I bought after leaving the Amish was a cake decorating kit. I still have it and I still use it, and that's where these bags come from. We're going to take those 2 things and put them on layers in a bowl or a pan. I'm going to use a bowl that's clear so I can see through it and see how nice it looks. You want to do a layer of cake first, and I'm just going to do a nice layer of our whipped cream over the top. Then we go in with 1 layer of our sliced strawberries. Just repeat that until everything's gone or your bowl is full, whichever comes first. And now we just made this beautiful strawberry dessert. Strawberries and cream angel food cake is probably what I'd call it if I had to give it a name. Doesn't have a recipe, so just save this video, go to my cookbook, make the angel food cake. You can make it with cello or without. If you want white angel food cake, make it without. Then watch this video back and make it with whatever fruit you want. Doesn't have a recipe, but you can use the whipped cream for topping recipe for the topping and just add a little bit of cream cheese. It's almost too pretty to ruin it, but let's take a bite and see if it's as good as it looks. Heavenly desserts. They will always have me at my heart. They're so delicious. I know I inherited my sweet tooth from my dad. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, because it makes it hard to keep your clothes fitting, but it means more CrossFit. Little less sugar, but you can still indulge sometimes, 80-20. That cookbook I was talking about is my Amish cookbook with over 220 recipes in it. Available on my website, over here on my profile, or depending what platform you're on. It might be in the caption of this video, or you can just go to your browser app, open a new tab, and type into the search bar socials by lavina.com, and my website will pop up. Enjoy!